He's giving the big call. See what happens. She's going to be getting up here. Yep, and there she goes. I recognize his call, his feeding call. You know, we'll see how long it takes for her to sail back in here. She's been looking around. Little guy's been playing around earlier, and when she covered him up and was waiting for him. Let's see if we can see some movement in there. We got to see them pretty good yesterday, their little heads when she was feeding, but I wanted to check and see how they do when she just gets off. They're 12 days old today. 2 more days, they'll be 2 weeks old. In another 3 weeks, they'll be on the branches just above the nest. They'll be branchers. Because Cooper hawks from hatch to flight's only 5 weeks. They feed them good, they grow fast. We'll see what happens here. A feeding call, and she just sailed out. Little guys are 12 days old. Be interested to see if they'll stretch out a wing or something. They were earlier, but she was in there playing a little bit. And back we go. See if we got any food. Looks like she may have something in her foot, maybe. Yep, I see it. She's got food. This is going to be a feeding. Here we go. All right, then. Now we may see some heads pop up. We'll come in just a little bit more here. See what happens. This is brunch. It must be about 10 o'clock or so. And there goes stripping off the food. See the little flash of white. They're moving around now. They're getting fed. I'll have a bite of that, Mom. Fresh food. All right. Boy, they grow fast. This has been a good project. Started in March, watching them rebuild the nest. You know, all their calls back and forth, and they had their mating cycle, and then got their clutch eggs when they got to write them out, and then started incubating. All right, watch these little heads go. Got a good one on the left, looks like. Just reaching right up there. She keeps them all in line with her table manners. One for you and one for you, and they all get fed. She's a good mama. They raised 5 the last few years, so this pair knows exactly what they're doing. I'm all excited about seeing them a little bit, little flashes of white. And like I say, when they're about a week and a half old, we'll really get a good view of them. Or when they're 2.5 weeks old, we'll really get a good view of them. Yeah, they're moving good now. See, you get a pretty good glimpse. She peels off a piece, hands it to them, and they raise their little heads right up there to get it. Yes, indeed. Brunch time at the Cooper hawk nest when they're 12 days old. It's a great project. Got a good spot here, and this is the only spot where you can see the nest, so we're lucky. If the leaves grow anymore, well, we're going to be in trouble, but I think we're still good. We got good lighting. You can see the bars on her tail and her orange breasts there, and male, he does. Oh yeah, look at that little head coming. Look at that guy, would you? He's stretching right up there. Yep, he got a big bite. But the male, he does most of the hunting at this stage, and then when they're branchers and above the nest, like when they're 3 weeks old, mother will bring in food too. So, but now she's got to keep a close eye on them. Don't want any predators trying to get them. So, He does all the hunting now and she does the guarding. And he calls her off just like he did. She goes and gets it and comes back and feeds him. Oh, we're all excited about it. Active Cooper hawk nest, feeding time. Oh, there's a head going to that big bite. All right. I'm glad she feeds him in this direction. The other day she came in from the back and you couldn't see much, but this is a perfect spot. She seems to use this pretty regular, so gives us a fairly good view. We'll let him go. Little heads are up. I'll be next. We'll be watching them because they'll learn all their flight training, hunting skills all from after the 4th of July, and they'll fly from one tree to the next, get a little further, then they'll practice hunting. They'll keep feeding them because they won't be able to catch anything yet. They'll get good on the wing, and eventually they'll be catching their own food, and by September then they'll just kind of wander off. So we actually watch them for about 6 months through March and up until about the 1st of September. All right, well, she's working it there, making sure they're all getting their share. Nobody goes hungry here, she says. We keep you well fed. If she has anything left over, she flies away with it and stashes it for later. Looks like finishing up here. Well, let's see. The more heads move, I get another view. There you go. Look at that little guy. I'm going to get in there. Yeah, she's a good mama. Keeps them well fed, well protected. All right. We'll see what happens. There's a little flash. So now you can see him. I'm going to warm you guys back up. Got a little breeze and it's 50-some degrees. All right then. Just kind of looking out, making sure everything's good. You can see her orange eye there. There's little white flashes. They're all happy now. All right. Oh, one fired over the edge. That's how they keep the nest clean. We know that one's well fed. They all are, actually. All right, another little wing. Look at this. My goodness. They're showing off for us pretty good today. Yes, indeedy. Well, that was great. I think she's going to get down on them now and settle them down, warm them up. We'll call that good.